In today's cover story, an index of 85 ways to measure economic activity. Everything from how many hours the production line is busy and the demand for products by other businesses. That's looking up, but it may not be enough to overshadow Fed Chair Janet Yellen's top concern, whether the labor market is picking up. The Chicago Fed's National Activity Index shows economic growth increased in July. Manufacturing up 1% after rising 0.3% in June. Housing starts and housing permits both climbed well over 1 million each in July. Though unemployment increased to 6.2% in July, new unemployment insurance claims went down from 315,000 to 293,000.
I think that it's good to see production up in general. I think it certainly helps in our export economy. They're the better paying jobs. They have more hours to them.
The Fed's index was of little comfort, though, to Nick Ignatz, who stood with a loudspeaker in front of Chicago's Federal Reserve Bank.
The jobs that have been created have been low-paying jobs and a few mid-paying jobs, and what we've lost are a lot of mid-paying jobs and high-paying jobs. So it's been a terrible recovery.
Terrible unless you're in one of the sectors in recovery.
If you're a drywaller, you can write your own ticket because there's a shortage of drywallers in certain parts of the country. Airline pilots is another area. Now, some of that might be a how much are you willing to pay issue, but there are certain regional airlines, because of the shortage of pilots, have actually had to cut back permanently their schedules into what cities they fly to.
But observers believe, however slow and steady the climb, Fed policy remains focused on jobs and wage growth.
The Fed is very myopic right now in thinking about labor markets, and that's the piece they are really watching. We've had very strong job growth this year, but we've had a lot of ups and downs in every other indicator.
Wages are coming up a little, not as much as we'd all hope, and so that means better incomes for consumers. And first 6 months this year, they didn't spend that money, and now I'm looking for them to spend that money.
This marks the 5th consecutive month of above-average economic growth. The next index will be released September 22nd.